What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two of the best players currently playing Starcraft 2. Spawning here in the top left-hand corner of Acid Plan LE, playing with the red Protoss pieces. He's very well known in the Starcraft 2 pro scene, and his name is none other than Hass. And his opponent, spawning in the cross position, playing with the blue Zerg pieces. He is one of the most dominant Zerg players of this era. His name is Dark. So, guys and girls, very exciting stuff. You know, this game in particular, I am extremely excited about. This was actually played, guys, at of course, Blizzcon 2018, which is, of course, the global finals of StarCraft 2. This was actually Group C of that tournament, and so, of course, you want to win your group stage game so you can move on to the bracket play, which is essentially the playoffs, and your chance at winning BlizzCon, which is, of course, the biggest tournament of the year for these players. These two players, though, are very well known for sure in the StarCraft 2 pro scene, are no strangers to it either. Dark, of course, has been around the scene for a very long time, playing at an extremely high level for years. He still thinks he's one of the best, if not the very best player in the world, to say the least. Now, I think that we can all agree that he's probably, not quite as good as some of the other really good Zerg players like Serral and Rogue, but he is still an absolute force to be reckoned with. Hass, on the other hand, is somewhat similar. This guy is a very good Protoss player who is definitely one of the best out there, but the question is he as good as someone like Showtime or Stats? And I don't know if he's quite as good as those guys, but he's still an absolute beast with the Protoss pieces. So we should be in for a very exciting series. It does look like Dark is going to go for 3 hatcheries here. To start off this game, or go for, a double expand here very early on in the game. Try to get his economy going as quickly as possible. It does look like Hass is going to scout this out, and it looks like Hass is going to go ahead and get that gateway into the Cybernetics core and then into a natural Nexus. It also looks like he is going to be getting the Stargate, so I wonder if Dark is going to find out about this sooner than later. But like I said, Dark is going to go ahead, instead of putting on some aggression, he's going to go ahead and try to get his economy booming earlier on here in this game. I'm very excited about, StarCraft 2, guys. I'm extremely passionate about. So I just love watching all the different kinds of strategies that come out of, especially a tournament like BlizzCon. And from what I've seen so far, Dark has really played some very interesting styles, to say the least. He's definitely gone for some very interesting build orders, which definitely makes it very interesting, to say the least. So it does look like we are going to see the very quick Overlord speed coming out of Dark. Interesting decision making here. We've got a couple of Adepts now that are shading near that natural expansion. There are going to be a couple of Queens here. And there looks like there's going to be plenty of Zerglings to kind of shoo these two Adepts away. But nonetheless, it does look like this is going to be a relatively standard build by both players. Only thing that's a little bit different is Dark deciding to go for the quick Overlord speed upgrade instead of the Zergling speed upgrade. So I think his decision making is mainly based upon possibly seeing the natural Nexus. I'm not really sure his decision making there, but I do like the decision a lot. I usually like to get a very quick Overlord speed as well. Now we do have this. This Oracle is going to get a Queen. Very nicely done there. Now, we're going to have to keep an eye on this probe here near over on the left-hand side of the map. We are going to see a Void Ray coming out of that Stargate, so I like that decision-making a lot as well for Hass. Twilight Council is going to be coming up. Does look like the counter is going to be a Roach Warren, which isn't going to be able to get any of those airbase units, but more and more Queens are being created right now for Dark, which are absolutely incredible against, really against the air-based units. Third Nexus is coming up now for Hass, and it looks like both players are starting to give each other a good amount of respect here at this point in the game. Really starting to play to their strengths, so to speak. It looks like an Evolution Chamber is going to be coming down here for Dark, as well as that lair is going to be morphed in as well. So looks like both players, like I said, are really giving each other a lot of respect right now. And it seems like we're going to be, you know, as we pass the 5-minute mark now, looks like we are going to have a very, you know, standard macro-focused game. Now, we're going to have to keep an eye here, like I said, this proxy pylon here. Over in the bottom left-hand corner, we do have some adepts that are starting to shade in. It does look like these Zerglings are going to find that pylon, or at least one of them. They are not going to find the other one, though, in that bottom left-hand corner as of yet. So they are going to go ahead and get that. It does look like some roaches are now going to be out onto the playing field, as well as some Zerglings. Glow reconstitutions being upgraded right now. And then, of course, the resonating glaives is being researched as well, and that is just finishing up. Now it looks like we are going to have the Zerg player, which is Dark, is going to try to get this around here on some of these adapts. It looks like exactly what Dark wanted, at least at this point in the game. The shade does come in some of those. Adepts do get away with their life, but very nice surround there by Dark here in the early stages of this game. Looks like the Spire is going to be coming in, so I like that decision a lot by Dark. He's going to get that Spire going. Also, in the Evolution Chamber, we are going to start seeing the +1 upgrades. And then, you know, on the opposite side of the map, it does look like we're going to see a couple more gateways coming out. As well as there are a couple of robotics facilities out as well. So it looks like the Immortal production is going to be the switch here that we're going to be seeing. But right now, Haas is in a pretty nice spot because he's on those 3 bases. And Dark is now getting his 4th hatchery. So this is really anybody's game at this point so far. And I'm excited to see what Dark is going to decide to do with, you know, with the Spire. Is he going to go for the very quick Mutalisk play, or is he going to go for those Corruptors into the Broodlord? Should be interesting. Looks like Zergling speed upgrade is finally being researched now. Generally, the Zergling speed upgrade is one of the first upgrades you get as a Zerg player, but Dark is, you know, decided very early on to go ahead and get the Overlord speed instead. But this Protoss army is going to start looking pretty scary here relatively quickly, and it does look like a couple of those roaches are going to start trying to get some kills on more and more of those probes, but at the same time, nothing too critical as of yet. Now, this is a pretty supply-heavy army here for Dark. He's got a lot of units that are pretty supply-heavy. Now, we do have another run-by here of some of these roaches that are starting to do a little bit of some damage. Very nice run-by here by Dark, going right after a bunch of these probes here, just doing so much damage. Now, this is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Dark is doing such a good job at getting, you know, at run-bys, and it does look like now Haas has had enough, and he's going to start moving across the map here with a bunch of Sentries, Adepts, as well as Immortals. That War Prism is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on as well, see if there's going to be a massive warp in at some point or another. A couple of those Void Razor here, as well as an Adept. Probably going to do the, you know, put some Revelation on some of these units. Beautiful force fields, going ahead and trying to split this army up right now. Getting a lot of value out of these units here is Haas. Absolutely brilliant play there with those force fields. But it does look like this army is going to be shooed away, at least for now. And it looks like Dark is going to continue this aggression on top of this army. And the question is maybe, is Haas just overextending just a little bit? The army of Dark is absolutely overwhelming, and GG is called. And Dark takes a 1-0 lead over his opponent by just absolutely swarming him at the closing in on the 9-minute mark. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Dark and Haas, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.